everybody! It's Sarah, and today I'm here with Anna again. And can you guess what we're going to do? Can you guess? Can you guess? We have buttons for eyes.
Those
can you guess? Today we're going to review Coraline by Neil Gaiman. We're going to open our eyes now, and as soon as we're opening our eyes, the whole makeup thing will probably have been for nothing. Coraline was our book of the month for the Between Worlds book club
for lovely October, which
because
is
it was
spooky
Halloween. So this is going to be both a book review and we also watched the movie. So
book versus movie review thing. Also, if you want to find out what we're going to read in November, go check the video out that we did on my channel, which is linked down below, where there's even crazier customs.
Coraline basically is just about this little girl who moves into a new apartment, and in her apartment there's this kind of creepy door, and she goes through this door and finds a world that looks exactly like hers, and the people are exactly like the people from her world, and she has another mother and another father, and the only difference is that everybody has buttons for eyes.
And it's like a dark and twisted mirror world, so everything that there is for one part everything she wished for, but for the other part it's like the bad side of everything.
Yeah.
And it's a lot about bravery, like that bravery doesn't mean to do something and not be afraid of it, but to do something even though you're very afraid of it, which is exactly what Coraline does, because she then has to save her parents. So just to make this clear, I listened to the audiobook, which is actually read by Neil Gaiman himself, which is pretty cool, and she read the book. That's why I didn't know that there's pictures. For me, Coraline was a 5-star book, not because it was like the most amazing book ever, but for what it was 5 stars, and it's kind of childish. I mean, her voice, Coraline, I don't know how old she's supposed to be, but for me she was like 10-year-old more or less.
For me she was even younger, for me she was like 7 or something.
But you don't know how 7-year-olds are. They don't think like Coraline.
Yeah, but the way she sounds.
Yeah, okay. For me she was like a 10-year-old, but it's not a story written for 10-year-olds, but it's also something that you don't have to read as an adult. So I think it's like the kind of first creepy story that you can read when you're maybe 12 or something.
Yeah.
And it's still, it's creepy, but it's not really scary. It has really, really strong pictures. What I liked about it was that the story felt like a modern fairy tale to me. And also, I think that it made really, really strong pictures. Like, the language was so direct. I always saw it like a movie, for me.
Yeah, for me too. But the problem for me, I think, was that this month I was in a massive reading slump. And I can see that it's a 5-star book, but for me at this time, reading it at that time, it just got to 3 stars because I wasn't interested in continuing. I would probably, even though it's only 110 pages, I would probably have set it aside if I hadn't been the book of the month for this month. Because it wasn't the right time for me for reading it.
Maybe you should listen to the audiobook. The audiobook is really good. I like Neil Gaiman's voice. I like it when books are read by the authors. And also there were like songs. For example, there's rats in the story that sing songs. And I really liked how he did that. Also, he was a grown-up man was reading the voice of a young girl, and it didn't feel weird. It was perfect. I don't know, it was really good.
I have to say my favorite sentence is when she goes to like the old man, the crazy old man who has the rat circus and the mouse circus, and it's in the other world, and he tells her, if you stay here you will always have anything you want, and we'll always give you anything you need. And Coraline answers to that, you really don't understand, do you? I don't want whatever I want. Nobody does. Not really. What kind of fun would it be if I just got everything I ever wanted? Just like that. And it didn't mean anything. What then? And that's my favorite quote out of the book.
That's also exactly what the story wanted. She suddenly goes to this world where when they move with her family, she's not happy. She misses her friends, and her family doesn't have time for her, and she's just not happy. And then, in this other world, she would get everything she wanted. or she thought she wanted, and then realizes that that's not it. That's not how it's supposed to be. That's not. Doesn't have any value if you just get it like that and all the time.
And
that's another really important message of the book, I think.
So now to the movie.
Yes, because I really liked the animation of the movie, and it wasn't like a Disney animation or DreamWorks anything.
Kind of Tim Burton.
It was like
ish.
Yeah.
But I think I like the animation, but I don't think that the images in the book match the ones in the movie. I think they could have achieved even more with the animation in the movie.
When I read the book, I always saw it like an animated movie in my head, because I knew there was an animated movie, and the pictures were so strong to me. They were perfect, and I was so looking forward to seeing them on screen. And I thought, I think the book and the movie are equally as good. I liked the movie, but I thought that the movie could have been even better than the book, and it didn't achieve that. So I was kind of disappointed, because I actually expected the movie to be even better, because for me the book read like a movie, and it wasn't. It was good as the book, but could have been more.
But what I really liked in the movie is the way that the other mother changed.
Yes.
I think it wasn't that strongly in the book.
It was, she was just growing taller. But I didn't like her hand at the end.
Yeah, that it was just metal.
Yes, because I think a real hand would have been creepier.
Yeah.
What I did not like was that they gave her a friend, like a
Wyborn.
Wyborn, that's so nice. There's a guy called Wyborn.
Such an unfortunate name.
Poor guy. They gave her like this friend, little boy that didn't appear at all in the book. And for me that was unnecessary. I liked her to solve her problems on her own and not with a guy's help. And the parents in the movie, I really, really hated them in the movie. And in the book they were okay. Like her real parents. They were so annoying and just, for me, like bad parents.
Yeah.
And in the book they were, obviously they had their mistakes and they didn't have enough time for Coraline, but you could understand them. And they were like, you could feel that they loved her dearly, just that they were stressed out and didn't listen.
But I also think that in the book it helped that they had this scene where Coraline's father saved her from the wasps.
Yeah.
And also I think Coraline in the movie, she seemed older a little bit, a few years, like 2 or 3 years for me.
Yeah. They changed some things that worked also very good for me. For example, that she, of course the story has to change in the movie, but for example that she used, when she went into the other world, she used to wake up in her own room. Yeah. That doesn't happen in the book.
But what I really liked in the movie was the beautiful images, like the garden and those things.
Also the circus.
The circus, there was...
Yeah, I think just they could have done the things creepier.
Yeah.
Some of them were... I think the movie isn't as scary as the book, and also not as scary as it could have been.
And also from the trailer, I saw the trailer a few times before I saw the movie. I thought the movie would be really scary, even for me. Like creepy.
I didn't see the trailer.
But it wasn't. It was actually kind of lighthearted, the first half.
Yeah.
Of the movie, so it's not to say that it's a bad movie.
No, it's
just different. And also another thing that we learned from this book once again is always listen what the cat says,
and the rats,
because she's usually right.
Yes. So true. What I really liked also was the whole part, her name is Coraline, obviously, and the whole part where every adult in the real world got her name wrong. They all the time said Caroline to her. Caroline. And I love the part, there's an old man, this is not spoilery, there's an old man that is kind of crazy, and he believes that he has a mice circus. We don't know actually if he has or he has not, you don't know. And one day the crazy mice man comes to Coraline and he says that the mice have a message for her, which is not to go through the door. And you're like, whoa, you know which door he means, but Coraline doesn't. And Coraline says she doesn't know which door he's talking about, and the old man says, don't worry, the mice are crazy, and sometimes they get things wrong. They even get your name wrong. They call you Coraline instead of Caroline.
Yeah.
And I love how he does it, because I was like, at this point you know that the mice are right. And you have to listen to the mice because they got your name right. And those are just like storytelling devices that I think Neil Gaiman uses really, really good. Also that every little detail comes to play a role again.
Yeah.
Like nothing unnecessary is in the story.
No.
Nothing.
And I also really like it that even though it's just 110 pages, it really is a full story.
It is.
And
it didn't feel so short.
It's very well developed.
I really recommend it. It was the first.
I do.
It was the first Neil Gaiman book that I read, and now I'm really pumped to read some Neil Gaiman or listen to.
I really
Neil
want
Gaiman
to
audiobooks.
read The Ocean at the End of the Lane.
I want to read American Gods.
Yeah, me too. And I want to read Good Omens, I think, is the book he read together with Terry Pratchett.
Yeah, I want to read that as well. I love Terry Pratchett.
So.
Also, I've never really read a lot of horror stories, so I think that's a good start. I mean, it's not it's not horrific, how do you call it? It's not like really scary, but it's like creepy, and it's definitely the Halloweenish mood. It fit that one.
Yeah. And it's just a nice and short story.
It's also funny sometimes.
I also really would recommend this edition. It's from the Bloomsbury group. And it's Coraline and Other Stories, because there's like images that
we all love pictures in books,
really helped.
What I really loved is that how he managed to kind of change our world into this other dark world, because he did it in a way that we could recognize everything we saw, but it was still very abstract. It was like a dream. And for me, it felt very real. Like, if I dream a weird version about my real world, then it would be like that. If anybody understands what I'm saying. But I think that's not easy to do. That it's not like really obvious and really simple or really weird that you don't get it anymore. But like the right mixture. Go check our November read out link below. If you've read the book, tell us your thoughts about it. Tell us what other Neil Gaiman book we should check out.
Which one we should read first. And
tell us your thoughts on cats and listen to them.
Especially black cats.
Yeah, always listen to black cats. Thank you so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed it.
We hope we'll see you soon.
We hope we didn't scare you too much. Kiss, kiss!